Today we're back again with absolutely insane news stories. So insane I had to read them twice. Today we have obviously a foreign lady here, Sandra Moneme, 27-year-old, who doesn't look 27 years old. She looks like she's 40, so somebody should really check that. Of course, the Irish government aren't really good with checking ages of people coming into the country. But it says, Sandra, who created an alias to avoid deportation and used it falsely to claim social welfare, has been given a fully suspended sentence. No jail time. No jail time for creating an alias to not get deported and then claim social welfare. So she frauded the system and also is illegally in Ireland and should have been deported. The court was told that Moneme is now entitled to stay in Ireland. Guys, this news story was so absurd and so comically insane that I actually had to read it twice, like I said. She's now told that she's entitled to stay in Ireland after committing 3 different crimes, probably lying about her age, creating an alias to avoid deportation, and now falsely claimed social welfare. Completely ludicrous. We are living in a clown country. Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, that is. Okay, the 26 counties. We are living in the most clown country in the world. I believe this is Judge Nolan, but whoever it is, guys, the judges, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter for Judge Nolan, but complete clown show here. We're basically telling foreigners or people that shouldn't be in the country to come here, we're not going to deport you, and we're actually going to give you the dole, we're going to give you social welfare to fraud the system of the country, and we won't even put you in jail. We'll just allow you to do it. And then eventually, if you fraud the system enough, if you steal from the people, if you steal taxes, if you're a criminal, if you're whatever, then eventually, if you just stay here, you'll eventually be entitled to stay in Ireland. You'll actually be given a citizenship. Complete shit show, guys. I don't even know. That is not even a real story. Like, that is actually a real story. When I first read that, I said, this has to be a troll. This could not be a real story. It has literally more than 500,000 views. The worst news story I've seen this year, guys, honestly, when it comes to frauding the system. We're just allowing it to happen in this country with no repercussions. The next news story is a man in Waterford, an Arabic man, again, a man who probably shouldn't be here, a foreign person in the country, is running around Waterford saying he will behead and kill lots of people in the city. Let's listen.
Right, lads, so there's been reports in Waterford that there's an Arab man running around the town with a knife, threatening to cut people's heads off and stab people, threatening women and children, etc. This happened for a long while, and he was running around the town. And then the guards finally caught him far outside of the city centre in John's Park. So
they finally caught him in John's Park. Now, Waterford City, not a massive city, lads. You know, not a huge city by any metric, but this is John McLaughlin from the Irish National Party reporting on this. And I heard many, many reports of this. I obviously don't know if this is 100% true or not. It seems to be true, okay, because there's many, many reports on it. But of course, like I said before, the mainstream media isn't reporting on this. Now, when the mainstream media doesn't report on stuff and you just upload a video like I do or like John McLaughlin does to X, you can actually go to jail or prison for this. You know, this is a prisonable, a jailable offense because the courts will say, well, you're creating misinformation, disinformation. You're not actually listening to the guidelines of media in the country. And media in the country is like ridiculous, guys, because if we have to trust mainstream media for our actual information, we're screwed. We can never dissent the government. We can never actually question mainstream media. Mainstream media used to be like one of the pillars, one of the columns of the government. But now it's not, guys. They basically just work for the government. Mainstream media in Ireland used to actually report the news and critique the government. Now they just create the news to actually push and back any mainstream party in the Irish government. It's ridiculous. They're completely 100% corrupt. RTE, News Talk, we can't listen to any of them because if we listen to them, they're just pushing the mainstream people. They love Micheál Martin, they love Leo Varadkar, they love Simon Harris. Leo Varadkar is literally the devil. He was evil when he was in power. He did crazy, heinous things. They obviously love the president who's just gone now. They love Catherine Connolly. Could you imagine if we had a more right-leaning president in office? They would completely crucify her. You know, we don't have any backing on the right wing. Okay, the right wing, the more conservative people in the country are completely dead in the water unless you have people independently reporting things like myself, John McLaughlin, other people in the country. Unless we have our backing of our own people, we're screwed, guys. The mainstream media will never report the news properly. They're completely bought and paid for. They're 100% shilling for the government. And it's really sad to see, guys, in other countries such as Japan, respect is taught at a young age. You know, it plays a huge role in a country's success of helping people, being respectful to people, you know, being a homogenous country with mostly Japanese people in it. You know, this is what Japan thrives on. Now in Ireland, we have no respect for our people. The kids are crazy, which I'll show you after the video. They burnt down a bus. They literally burnt a whole bus down. In Japan, they do the opposite. They're all for each other. They're caring for each other. It's an amazing lifestyle. They all love each other. You know, in Ireland, we have no respect for anyone. We hate the elderly in this country. It's disgusting to see that people are hating on the elderly. You flipping hate the youth. You know, very few people get respect in this country. The respect is totally lost in Ireland. And it's because of this multinational, you know, diversity shithole that we're now forced to live in, guys. This massive ethnic overthrow of the nation where we're not putting our own people first before anybody else.
One of the most advanced countries in the world. Children don't take any tests or exams in school until the higher grades. The Japanese believe that at a young age, there are more important things children need to learn. First, they are taught proper behavior and respect for all people, regardless of status or income. Second, they are raised to be independent while also learning teamwork. For example, Japanese schools don't have janitors. Students clean the classrooms, hallways, and school grounds themselves.
Could you imagine, lads? Like, we have absolutely no respect for our schools, our public authorities in the country. It's ridiculous.
Dividing responsibilities among one another. Third, children are taught from an early age to care for nature and the environment. Fourth, the focus is on learning for the sake of knowledge, not for grades. Fifth, special attention is given to politeness, order, and punctuality. Thanks to this approach, the overall level of development and discipline among Japanese children is considered one of the highest in the world. In Japan, cleanliness isn't a chore. It's a way of life. Yes, even the garbage trucks look like they just came out of the dealership, so clean that you could see your reflection in them. And it's no coincidence. Everyday workers wash them before heading out, because dirtying the street would be a sign of disrespect. And that respect extends to everything. Waste management is a true science. There are specific days for each type of garbage: organic, plastic, cans, paper, and each category has its own designated bag.
I love it, guys. You know, this is the society that we should be living in. You know, we could learn a lot from the Japanese. I absolutely love the Japanese when it comes to culture, you know, their heritage. They have amazing culture, amazing heritage, a completely different way of living in the Western world. The Western world here, the way we're living, guys, is disgusting, to be perfectly honest. And Japan seems to be one of those places that a lot of people are moving. You know, a lot of people don't like their home city, their home country, so they move abroad. They don't like it here because, you know, it's nothing. It doesn't give you the pride and respect that you should want from a country, you know. In Ireland, what are we now respectful and prideful about? Our heritage has been destroyed. Michael Collins, the 1916 Easter Rising, all this different stuff, the 1922 independence, it's all gone. This is all gone, guys. The whole flipping country is destroyed by the elites, the EU, the UN. It's ridiculous. Like, look at this next news story. Last night, just literally last night, teenagers caused mayhem on a Dublin bus after setting some clothing alight on an upper deck of the bus. Completely smoked up the upper deck of the bus, probably lit the seat on fire as well, because the fire from your clothes will probably catch the leather on fire, the cotton on fire, the polyester that's covering the seats. The upper deck of the bus was cleared out and the passengers informed the bus driver, who then stopped the bus and contacted the Gardaí. This literally just happened yesterday, and we have no respect for our country whatsoever. This would never happen in Japan. Just saying. Absolutely ridiculous. They're lighting things on fire. They're like primitive. The people coming into Ireland are primitive. They're from God knows where, war-torn parts of the world. They're primitive people, and we shouldn't put up with this stuff, guys. This is ridiculous, guys. It's a disaster. Dublin's a disaster. We've lost Dublin in real time for some crazy reason. They wanted to just give it away to everybody else apart from their own citizens. So the last video we have today is talking about tourism in Ireland. Now, me specifically, I'm actually doing tour guides with people. I'm very in touch with the tourism industry. I actually work in the tourism industry. The odd time I help with the industry part-time. But it says here that Ireland now is losing tourists faster than any other EU country. and locals say it's no wonder. According to the new EU tourism data, Ireland has recorded one of the steepest drops in international visitors this year, falling faster than any other EU country. And I believe it, guys. Dublin is so dangerous. People don't come to Galway. They mostly fly into Dublin. They have the British tourist that got killed, beaten up in Temple Bar, in the main thoroughfare. Temple Bar, he got beaten up and killed. You have people, countless Canadians, Americans getting beaten up, getting killed in Temple Bar by random thugs that won't identify themselves, that don't get caught. And nobody cares about it, guys. And we're losing tourism. Tourism is one of the biggest sectors in Ireland. For those who don't know, you know, the IT sector is huge. We have farming, huge. But of course, as well, the tourism is massive. It's one of the biggest sectors in Ireland. And I wanted to tap into it a few years ago, and it was massive 3 or 4 years ago. Now it's rapidly going downhill, guys. The crime, the prices of things are so extreme. The price of a hotel in Dublin is astronomical. Even in Galway, if you're coming from Dublin to Galway, the prices are crazy. It's €250 for a hotel for a night. €250 like a nutcase. Like absolutely abysmal prices, guys. And they expect tourists from Italy, Spain, France, America to come and actually pay these prices. They're ludicrous prices. Nobody's going to pay those prices. So absolutely crazy stuff, guys. I hope tourism comes up in the next few years. This year, I had a good few tours. I did a few tours, but I think in the last few years, actually, a lot more people came over. Here, this year, not as many people. Definitely not as many people. So hopefully we get to revive the actual tourist sector in this country, because if not, it's finished completely. We need to revive it along with the nation itself, guys. The nation is dying a slow death, and we need to quickly revive it. I love you all. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member for just €3 per month, because mainstream media is dead. Of course, we're pushing back every day against the woke mainstream media. I'm bringing you the actual news, okay? I just report the news. They create the news, okay? They destroy the narrative. We're here to push back, fight back always. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.